I'll show you why I like riding dual sports in just a second here. There we go, and that is why. If you can't see it, that's $6.89 to fill this bitch. I realize I spilled some gas, that's cool. See if she wants to start, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, this is my XR250R Honda. Got it for super cheap, pretty much a steal. Got it from this guy, wanted like $1,000 for it. I talked him down to $750. I came back that exact same day, offered him $5, he didn't take it, $6, he didn't take it. Then I was like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow with $8. And I was like, there's no way I'm paying $8 for this. I told myself, if I can't get it for $750 or less, I'm not gonna buy it. And well, I got it for $750. As he was getting the title, I was like, look man, how about $700? Final offer $700. And so he goes $750. And I'm like, oh, you bastard. So I got it for $750, not bad. Bike's worth about $1,200. $1,200 to $1,400 depending on condition. This one's not too bad, honestly. It's an 01. The marks on the tank were my fault. I slid brake fluid trying to bleed the front brake, and it's not too. It's a little ghetto rig, but not gnarly. I mean, just a little. It's actually got heated grips. I'm gonna try those out right now while it's warm out and sunny, because the way they're wired in, the heated grips will dim the lights so much that they're pretty much useless. So for the ride back, I won't have heated grips, but that's okay. The light pretty much doesn't work anyway, so I'm okay with that. You know, it's a great little dual sport. I'm glad I got it. I've had fun with this thing. I've gotten in not a lot of trouble, but done a lot of things on this bike already. I usually go up to those mountains over there and go dual sport riding. There's a lot of trails around here, and it's super fun. I have a blast every time I go trail riding on this thing. It's good old-fashioned fun. It's got just enough power for off-road, and it's got plenty of power off-road, but just enough power to cruise around 65, 70. 70's pushing it. I mean, I know we're doing 65. It takes a while to get to 70. And it's not quite getting there today. There we go, there's 70. So it's definitely not your highway cruiser, but for what I use it for, it honestly has plenty of power for everything I do. But obviously I'd love to have like a DRZ. This is what was in the cards when I got the right price for it. There's no way I could have gotten a working DRZ 400 for $750. They are water cooled, which is awesome. This one's just air cooled, which makes it really simple. So off-roading, it's like the best trail bike you can get, the XR250R. It really is, because it's lightweight, it doesn't throw you around, it's never going to surprise you with the power. And I currently have it on highway gears, so stop gearing is 1348. So what the guy before me did is he put a 45 on the back and kept the 13 on foot, and then bought a 12 for the front. So I can go back to stop gearing, and I did that for a while, but I screamed a little too much on the highway, and I didn't like it. Like, it was like, not quite there, but pretty close. So I went back to highway gears, and cool, I got a wave, that was awesome. I don't get a lot of waves on the dirt bike. Shit, really? Okay, we're good. So that definitely gave it a lot more torque off-road, and it was nice. You know, I could actually like clutch up wheelies a lot easier with the stock gearing. But I kind of like it like it is right now. Gives me a little more room before I have to shift. It does pretty good. That's a cop. So we're gonna slow down to the speed limit, and hopefully he doesn't pull me over, because I think I'm on October on this thing. Well, he doesn't seem to care, so whatever, we'll just roll with it. But yeah, this bike is perfect for exactly what I use it for. The problem being is literally just the highway cruising that sucks. And that's it, really. I mean, that's it. Minus cruising at 60 miles an hour, this thing's perfect. I mean, it has enough get up to jump in front of traffic under 50 miles an hour, which is good, because you want to have that little get up. But beyond 55, it's just kind of a turd, which is to be expected with an XR250R. The 400 has a bit more get up, a good 15 horsepower more, I think. I think these ones from the factory come with 22. I'm estimating that's about 24 to 22 from the factory, I want to say. I'm estimating mine probably puts down like 18 or 19 at the wheel, if I'm lucky. Maybe a little less. Where I'm always torn on this bike is when and why I should put money into it. You know what I mean? Like, if I should put money into it or not. That's essentially where I'm torn on the bike. Because, on one hand, I got it for really cheap. Pretty much a steal. For an 01 250R with all these mods. The fat bar, the speedo, it being street legal. I mean, pretty much a steal I got this bike for. And so with that, you know, it's kind of hard to justify putting a lot of money into it when I didn't spend much. But then again, because I didn't spend much, it's like, well, maybe I can put money into it, you know? So it's like a double-edged deal. It's kind of shitty though, honestly, because you don't know if you should or not. Like, it's a great little bike for what it is. For what it does and what it is, great little bike. I really have no complaints. It's reliable. I mean, I dumped it, I painted the fenders when it started to fade. It used to be red, and then it turned to Honda pink. Like all Honda red does, it fades to a pink. Yeah, it's been a great little bike so far. The insurance was $15 a year. $15. Obviously, I don't have theft protection or, you know, any of the other special heavy bullshit, but you don't need it. It's $750. I could buy this bike over 3 times right now. So, it's not really necessary. I'm thinking about just taking about $800 or $750 and, you know, put together, rebuild the engine, punch it out, and then whatever I have left will go into, you know, probably a new carburetor, jet kit, a new carburetor, new jet kit, and all that supporting mods to run the big bore kit, and probably go with that. I think that'd be pretty fun to do. Because I kind of have a nostalgic thing with XRs. My very first dirt bike was an XR100. And when the engine started getting tired, I actually punched it out to a 115. My dad and I actually worked on that bike. And I ended up selling it for like $900. I ended up selling it for like $900, which was a good price considering I paid $300 for it. But I put over, I want to say like $1,500 into that bike, just because it was like I put a new carb, I put an FMF PowerCore 4 on it. I rode that thing forever. Like, it was a great little bike. This is just a fun little off-road area for jumps mainly. And this one for off-road, it's the perfect amount of power. Like, you don't need any more. There's plenty. And obviously it's a 250, but it's not a CRF 250 or any of the other modern 250 4-strokes. So it definitely doesn't have the upwards of close to 40 horsepower that the modern 250s can have, which kind of sucks. But if you look at this bike for what it is, a lightweight, cheap, reliable trail bike. It doesn't do well in a motocross situation because the forks are only compression adjustable. But everywhere else, and I mean everywhere else, like from a practicality standpoint for the bike, it's perfect. It's cheap. Like, I think I've spent less than $100 on this bike, and that's from a clutch. My clutch cable snapped, and then I had to buy like a fuel tank strap because it was flopping around. Some new hardware for the fuel tank. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, about the toolkit, the OEM toolkit, so it has a spark plug wrench. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! A little hot on that one. So it has the spark plug socket that you need for this bike, and the multi-tool wrench to adjust like the axle and shit. Holy shit. This whole section got washed the fuck out. Oh god. By the way, I hate rocky shit. And unfortunately, that's all of New Mexico's trails are rocky. Like, straight up Rocky 4 up in its bitch. So you gotta be careful how you go about it. It's kind of a little bit of a beast. And there's mesquite trees everywhere. They call them trees in the south because they have never seen a real tree. Which isn't true in this area, because if you go up those mountains over there to my left, when you take that road, you got some awesome trails out there. Like, one night I got lost out there, and that sucked. I'll tell you what, getting lost out in the woods at night, yeah, I misjudged the sunset. This is when it was getting dark at about 6 o'clock. Now it's getting dark about 4:30. I left at 5, expecting just a quick little, 1 hour little jaunt. Just a quick little jaunt, That's what I was hoping for and expecting. No, I was stuck out there till 8 o'clock at night. No cell phone signal, nothing. Like, it sucked. I had no idea where I was, got lost. I went on this ridiculous fucking trail. Like, ridiculous. Like, I don't consider myself a great off-road rider, but I say I'm confident enough to conquer most trails. And Rim Trail, if you're ever in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and you go on Rim Trail, you'll know what I'm talking about. This shit, seriously, it scared the fuck out of me. Like, I was whining, saying I want my mom. Like, I was fucking terrified. There were sheer cliff drop-offs and shit. Like, it was no joke. Like, this trail was crazy. I will not hit that trail ever again. Because it scared the piss out of me. I mean, I was so terrified. I can't begin to explain how fucking scared I was. Like, I was sincerely terrified. I did not think I was making it home that night. And my now girlfriend at the time, we were just dating. It was like supposed to be, we'd seen each other a few times and gone on like 2 dates. I texted her that night, so we just hit it off, and she's awesome. I texted her and I was like, hey, if you don't hear from me by this and much time, spam my phone and call the authorities, because that means I'm lost. And sure enough, it's funny because I had never ever told anyone where I was going, what I was doing, or anything. And that happened to be the first time I ever did. And it was the first time that I potentially actually needed it. Because, like, I was stuck out there and it sucked. Like, this little headlight sucks asshole. And I was stuck out there. Like, I did not know where the fuck I was. Luckily, I left with a full tank of gas, so I knew I should have enough fuel, but I had been riding for like 2.5 hours on trails in first gear. I thought I was gonna overheat, get broke down, no GPS signal. I was honestly really stupid for doing that. and I shouldn't have. But I am at least glad that I told somebody, because a lot of people get lost out in those mountains. They go hiking or mountain bike riding or something, and yeah, nice air, that one. They'll go hiking and shit, and they'll have to send a search party for them like the next day. We had a German guy who broke his leg up in the mountains, and there was a full-blown like MQ search party for the guy, and they found him, and he was like not in good shape. He was out there just mountain biking, having a merry old time, and I think he broke his leg. And wheelie, like I said, he was just out there stuck, like somewhere over there. It was crazy. I want to say it was one of these trails, like Dog Canyon or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, this shit happens pretty often out here, surprisingly. Yeah, I was really surprised when I heard about it. I was like, fuck, dude. Someone actually got stuck, because I was working tower at the time when we heard about it. They're like, oh, dude, there's this German, he's lost out there. MQ requested a weird clearance. It was like, hey, we need to go over here, take off and go do this shit. We were like, we just landed all the MQs and shit, and we're like, what the fuck you did? Oh, I'm blind, I can't see. Almost took that hill inappropriately. Yady. And it's funny, you know, this is my first, like, kind of busy talking motovlog. And, this shit, like, staying on topic, I gotta give it to some of these guys. Like Jake Garden Snake, Jake Garden Snake, you know, chasing two wheels, accidental broadcast. That guy's fun as hell to watch. He just does some crazy shit out in Hawaii. It's a little harder. I'll tell you what, like, staying on topic ain't really easy when you're trying to maneuver these obstacles. And like, I know this shit doesn't look like much, especially on this contour, but I'll tell you, this isn't easy shit to go through. It's really not. Like, I'd love to think that I make it look easy, but I am telling you, it's about what you would expect, I guess.